All right, we're gonna go ahead and we are gonna go back into it. I changed a couple settings. Instead of going through my YouTube account, I just grabbed the stream key and see if this is gonna be any better from that. But we are going to move forward. I'll blend that in, edit it out, do what I gotta do. Um, Going forth, it looks like they played twice. Lions on top, 26-24. Buffalo win, and then we have a Vikings win against the CPU. Coming into week two, we do have the Packers versus the Commanders. Commanders on top for this one. We got beating Puppy out on this one. Big game right there. That's an NFC matchup right there. Huge game. Huge game. Uh, okay. So I lost my chat. Crazy work, chat. Crazy. Let me go ahead and pull this up on my phone then, real quick. Boom. Oh, yo, we got some watchers in this bitch. Glaze me again. What is up, JT? Okay, now I can see what you guys are saying. Got everything all worked out now. So, all right, cool. Jags did handle his business. Played it twice. We'll talk about that later. Anyways, we do have the Bears Lions. Lions got the job done. Oh, Fairson. No one gives a shit. Anyways, that was Fairson. We got the Giants, Cowboys. We got Disco versus Extos, and y'all already know this. That ass whooping was coming. That ass whooping was coming. I'm not even lying to you on this one. 42-7. Disco, you got to get back into that shit. You got to get back in. All right, we got the Fair Sim. We have the Niners and Saints. Mr. Laylo went ahead and instead of 20 points, he's got 23 points. Ooh, that's banger. That's a banger right there. I think he played CPU. I don't think we had the Niners yet. So there's on that. Bills lost to the CPU. Played it once. We do have the Patriots Dolphins. I believe Jamal played this one. But got his ass whooped again. Two ass whoopings. Looking like the real life Dolphins. Shit. We do have the Seahawks Steelers here. This is Core versus my brother Xavier. And Core's scooped out of this one by 3 points. So not too shabby. Not too shabby. We do have Panthers Cards. Card took care of business on the CPU. We do have Broncos Colts. I believe this may have been CPU. No. The Colts was here, but Jaeger put the beat down on the Colts, 55-14. That's an ass whooping to me. We have the Eagles Chiefs, Mr. Meadows versus Vern, and it looks like Vern came on top there, coming out with the win on the Super Bowl matchup there. We do have Falcons versus the Vikings. This is JT versus Mr. DM Grady, Mr. Darren. And JT came on top, 35-21. With the Vikings have a better defense than the Falcons, but I have been hearing that the Falcons defense in Madden with Mr. JT has been stellar. So shout out to JT on that one. We do have the Bucks and Texans. This was a CPU game. I lost. So I went for the fair sim. Still lost the fucking fair sim. Fuck all that. Anyways, so it was 1-1. Who cares? We have the Chargers Raiders here. Dime versus Zeke. And Dime went ahead and scooped out for the win on this one. I love how you talk good about me. Oh, I'll do more than that. Oh, Double D. That was a fair one? It was a fair what? Where? Oh, never mind. JT sucks ass. It was a forced win. Let me shut the fuck up. Thank you on that one, Didi. Anyways. Oh, that's a fair one too. Forced win too. Damn, y'all niggas suck. Anyways, moving to week 3. I'm running on like fumes right now. Worked out. My mind's kind of scattered. All right, cool. We get the Dolphins, Bills, and look at that. He pulled out a win. 1-2, baby. All right. So the Bills did lose 35-29. And I think that was a CPU game. But hey, a win's a win. Win's a win. This was also a CPU game. Vikings came on top, 45-35. That was a close one. That was definitely a close one. We have the Rams, Eagles, Mr. 6-3 versus Vern. And it looks like the Rams came on top by 13, 43-30. All right, all right. This one didn't get played. This did get played. This was Dimes versus O Money. And Mr. O Money came on top. Fuck Dimes. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. Fuck Dimes. Oh, it's like this to you, motherfucker. Fuck you. But anyways, let me stop being an asshole here. Yeah, it was 35-28 on that one. Bucks didn't play. We have the Falcons versus the Panthers, CPU. This was 35-27. JT coming up on top. He's a good user. If he loses against the CPU, he's got problems. Love you, JT. But we have the Colts Titans. This is an AFC South matchup with the Titans squeaking this one out. It looks like this was a defensive matchup, 13-7. Very close game. We have the Texans Jags. Yo, when I played X on this one, it was belt to ass. Nah, it wasn't really that. Around the second half, I was able to pull off. At halftime, it was tied 14-14. And then from there, defense clamped up. CJ Stroud was playing ungodly, and we went ahead and we won. The Cowboys handled. Actually, nope, didn't play. We have the Saints Seahawks. Mr. Lalo got his ass whooped, but he is using the Saints. He's being a champ, and he's going into rebuild mode here. Core came out and won a game he should have won. So 34-7 on that one. And then the last game here played was the Lions Ravens. Yo, when I mean to tell y'all, the OGs know already. Jay and D Mitch, they have games, dog. Like, they have games. They battled it out to the last minute, and that's what happened here. 31-28. Ravens on top. Moving into week 4, we do have the Seahawks versus Cardinals. Core versus Kari. And we're seeing this matchup twice a year with Kari barely coming out of this one, 27-21. So it's definitely doable for Core to go ahead and beat Kari in the future. Next game up, we do have the Browns-Lions. Jay winning a CPU game as he should. We do have the Chargers Giants. Zeke coming in here and giving Bell to ass the disco. But again, he's an active user. He comes in here, he takes his L's like a champ and moves on to the next game. We do have the Falcons versus the Commanders. And JT put the ass to the board. Sorry, I'm so sorry. But JT came in here, won. I heard his defense and his D-line was unstoppable in this game, so it helped over the edge to come to 42-21. We have the Saints Bills here. It looks like Lalo took another tough L here, but again, rebuild mode, like I said. We have the Jags versus the Niners, and that was a force. Then we have the Ravens Chiefs. Mr. D Mitch versus Mitos. Hey yo, chat, let me know. DD is Ravens, right? Or is he Vikings? I always get those two niggas mixed up. Like, y'all let me know. But Ravens came on top, 37-10. With the Ravens coming out with an ass whooping to this one. It looks like Anthony didn't come to play, but it is what it is. Packers, Cowboys, we have Puppy versus Jerry and his thugs. That's his username. And yo, belt to ass. Puppy, what's going on, big dog? Belt to ass on this one. Vikes, Darren, double D's, Darren, right? I'm gonna get that shit right one of these days. All right, so and then of course Dolphins win against the CPU as he should. If he doesn't, I'm capping on his ass. Then we have the Bengals Broncos. Jaeger came on top. Oh, never mind. Got his ass whooped. Came out in a squeaky one. Coming into week 5, we do have the Vikings beating the CPU on that one, 31-23. That's a force. We do have the Broncos Eagles with Jaeger coming out on top, 28-14. So it looks like Jaeger is being really dominant here in the AFC. We do have the Cowboys losing to the CPU, 18-17. Thank God, CPU. We do have the Raiders Colts here. Oh, that's a force. Anyways, this one was a close one, boys. Texans versus the Ravens. Yo, when I mean to tell you, that first half looked egregious. My line didn't come to play. My defense didn't come to play. Made some adjustments. I was down 21-7 coming into the half. And when it went into the second half, I was on his ass. And I believe it was a late fumble or interception that cost me the game, and that was pretty much it. Kudos to you, Mr. D. Mitch. Man, when he's with the Ravens, whew. We do have Jamal losing this one against the CPU. We do have the Bucks and the Seahawks. With Core coming on top of this one, 24-17. We have the Titans versus the Cardinals. Mr. Kari coming out with another close one. So it is doable to beat Kari in the future. So y'all remember that. We have O Money versus Zeke. And Zeke, we're not surprised here. He's going to come over here. He's going to lay belt to ass. And he's going to win. But at the end of the day, the Commanders did come to play. They put 13 on there. So, I mean, it wasn't 0 points. So, we'll move on to that one. We have the Lions, Bengals. Jay winning the CPU as he should. Then we have the Patriots, Bills. And, wow. Belt to ass. Was that the CPU, Pets? Let me know if you're in chat. But, damn. We have the Chiefs Jags. This is against Mitos and my boy X. And it looks like, the Chiefs came down and put belt to ass on that one. Sorry, I gotta do it. 28-7. That's a bad one. But I know he's still learning how to use Trevor Lawrence. So, I mean, hey. Yeah. Coming into week 6, she was already in the league by that point. Ooh, that was belt to ass, girl. Belt to ass. But the CPU? Eeh. All right, so coming into week 6, first game up here, we do have Jaeger dominating the CPU as he should, 38-20. Then we have Core and Jags, with the Jags coming on top. My boy X put on 34 points on his ass. Oh, yeah. She. The Patriots user is a she. So y'all calm down. If y'all get whooped, I'm laughing. No. Equal rights here. Equal rights. But no, welcome her. Yeah, she's heavily into Madden, into football. So, yeah. We do have Ravens Rams here, with the Ravens coming in with a dominating win, 45-31. So yeah. All right, so we have the Chargers Dolphins, and this game is a lot closer than I thought it would be. I'm about to be 7-2. Man, bro, shut up. Keep your no one cares about 7-2. Calm down. But yeah, Zeke squeaked out of this one, and it looks like Jamal was pretty close on this one. So, yeah, that's that. This wasn't played. This was played. And yo, she put belt to ass on Laylo. We do have 49-14. Sheesh. God damn. Cowboys coming on top of CPU like he should. We do have Kari putting belt to ass on the Colts user, Mr. Dak Butch. 56 to 14, so that's a dominating win for Kari. We expect that from him. We have the Titans Raiders with no one gives a shit. That wasn't played. We do have Jay versus Mitos. Y'all, so for the new people in the league, this rivalry here between these two is crazy. Um, it's a good friendly matchup that can get very riled up and it can get crazy. But the Chiefs played smart football. They went ahead and managed the clock well. And at the end of the day, they came on the top 37 to 14. And it looked like the Lions were having trouble throwing picks. There's some shit talking going in the chat. I like that. And then we had the Bills and Falcons. With JT losing this one on top, and the Bills user coming in here and winning 40. Oh, never mind. JT belt to ass. My eyes are deceiving me. We have 52 to 45 with JT coming on top, looking like he is dominating the NFC per usual, as we expect from him being a good user. But can he get over that hill in the playoffs and actually win games? All right, and coming into week 7, because I know we're still in the week 8, which I could talk about now if we're here. Anyways, first game up, we do have the Rams versus the Jags, with the Rams putting belt to ass on the Jags, which we already know. Yeah, that is true. That nigga is a regular season warrior. When he comes down to the playoffs, non-existing. Rams came on top, 48 to 24. Another belt on the ass to the Jags. Hey yo, he's winning games against the CPU, 38 to 3. Looks like he's flipping the script. Later on in the season compared to early season. Early season. Wow, I'm so tired. CPU game, no one cares. And the Patriots came on top from the Titans. Very close one. 44 to 38. Big win. Looks like they are trying to go ahead and take the division. We do have the Giants versus the Broncos. Jaeger squeaking out on this one. Disco looks like he was almost able to handle this one. 16 to 10. Then we have the Commanders Cowboys. This was down to the wire. 36 to 31. Huge win for the Cowboys. Divisional win in the NFC East. And it looks like the Commanders, it's there. It might be missing a piece or two. Could have been a fumble, could have been a sack. Anything from there, pretty much putting that game into overtime or into the win. We do have the Bucks Lions here, with the Lions losing to the Bucks, 21 to 19. So shout out to the Bucks. I know he's used Mr. Halo Tenson. Welcome. And it looks like, he's good. He's beating good users. He's beating good users in the league. And then last but not least, Monday night matchup here. We have me versus Core. And this came down to the fucking wire. What I mean to tell you, I had this game well in hand. Got him fumbled with like 4 minutes left. I drove down to the red zone. Belvin Jordan fumbled. Gave him back the ball. He ended up scoring. I drove down the field. And right before I was even able to kick a field goal or not, or even get the game, I had no timeouts. The game clock rolled on me. He would not snap the ball. Shout out to Core. That was a big win. But fuck Madden on this one. I definitely should have won this game. But to each their own. I'm gonna take my L and just know that next season, or if I play him again, it's about to ass on this nigga. That's all I'm saying. Love you, Core. Great win though. Coming into week 8, this is our current week. We're gonna advance after this. It looks like Disco put belt to ass to the Eagles. Looks like a flip script here. Huge win for the divisional matchup. 41 to 14. Disco on top. We do have the Patriots beating the CPU. Okay, 42 to 24. Looks like she is climbing up the ranks of the division. Kudos on that one. We have the Bills Panthers. Bills beating the Panthers in the CPU match. We do have, wow, this is getting a lot closer. So it looks like the battle of the Jamals. We have Jamal and Jamal, or JT. And JT came on top barely, 42 to 36. But it looks like the Dolphins have figured some shit out on his offensive side and probably defense, maybe a little bit. But he's putting points on the board and a lot closer game there. So oh, LOL. Hey, trash time scores are not. That's still close, and you allowed that to happen, JT. I'm just saying, you allowed that shit to happen. Cowboys, Jaeger. These are two juggernauts of the league right now. I think they're both respectively number one in their conferences. We have the Cowboys beating Jaeger. So if this is a Super Bowl matchup, it could be a Super Bowl matchup. It looks like Jaeger came short about 20 points here, 20 plus more, with the Dallas Cowboys coming up 58 to 31. A fucking no. He put the Steelers on autopilot, and he ended up losing 0 to 17. He had a dev game, but damn, that's an ass whooping. That is an ass whooping. All right, so that's pretty much a wrap up from week 1 to week 8. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take a look at the NFL standings, our standings right now for the league currently. So coming in on top of the NFL right now, we have the Cowboys sitting at 7-1. We have the Ravens sitting at 5-1. Falcons at 3 with 6-1. And then, so those are the most dominating teams right now in the league. So kudos to y'all. We got Didos, we have Mr. D Mitch, and then we have JT, of course. These are guys that we expect to be on top of the league year in, year out, no matter what team they're with. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to look in the AFC. So how it's looking right now for playoff matchup. We have the Ravens at 1. We have the Broncos sitting at 6-2 for 2. Third spot, we have the Chargers sitting at 5-2. We expect Zeke from there. Jaeger being there on top, it's kind of surprising. He's gotten a whole lot better. He has his good times, he has his bad times, but he has a really good established team, and he's being dominant on all fronts. We have the Patriots sitting here at 4th seed right now at 5-3. So kudos out to the new user. That's great. You're dominating here. It's looking nice. 5th seed here, we do have the Jets, the CPU team, 4-3. It's kind of crazy. Bills at 4-3. So we have 3 teams on the AFC East, sorry, sitting there in the above seeds. And for the 7th seed, this is pretty much the wild card spot. We have 2 teams here fighting for that. We have the Chiefs, and then we have the Raiders with Dimes and Mitos. And then, of course, we have everyone else down here still fighting. And then we have 3 teams, 1 CPU and 2 users sitting at only 1 wins. So yeah, that's the AFC. Looking to the NFC, 1st seed we have Cowboys. 2nd seed is the Falcons. 3rd seed is the Bucks, sitting at 5-2. We have the Rams sitting at 5-2 for the 4th seed. We have Carr here for the 5th seed right now, sitting at 5-2, tied for that spot. It's a 3-way tie. We do have D Mitch Grady, Mr. Double D, sitting here at 4-2. And then we have the Commander sitting at 4-3, so he's there damn well in the cups of the playoffs. We have Core squeaking in there. We have Jay squeaking in there. And of course, we have everyone else coming in here. We do have a winless Bears team. We had a user that was there, kind of inactive, so we might see some wins there. Mr. Lalo's at 1-6. It's a rebuild season for him. We all know that. The surprising shocker is Puppy here, sitting with a dominant defense in the Packers, sitting at 2-5. So that's kind of crazy to me. Puppy, you gotta do better here. You gotta do better. But coming into that, we're gonna go ahead. We're going into the stat leaderboards here. We're gonna come over here. All right, cool. Coming into the NFL, our passing leaders for the league, we do have Matthew Stafford coming in at number 1 with 2,285 yards. He has 22 touchdowns and only 6 picks. The Rams user is doing excellent there. We have Bo Nix sitting at number 2 with 2,206 yards with 21 touchdowns and 8 picks at a 71% completion rate. That's cool. And then we got Mr. Joe Burn. That's CPU. Kind of don't care. Kyler Murray. Ooh, I'm not shocked here. We got Bryce Young, Jalen Hurts, Drake May, and then Josh Allen sitting all there. We're going to go into rushing. We have Jaden Blue from the Cowboys sitting at number 1 with already 1,000 rushing yards, and we're only halfway in the season. What? Hey, yo, admins, I'm going to need you to check them ratios. Check them ratios, because that's crazy. But he has 11 touchdowns and only 2 fumbles. That's kind of wild. We have Bijan Robinson sitting at 771 yards with 10 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley at number 3 with 758 and 11 touchdowns. RJ Harvey sitting at 681 with 7 touchdowns. And then, of course, you see here for the rest of the rankings there. Coming into the receiving, we do have Tyreek Hill sitting on top with 749 receiving yards with 8 touchdowns. Puka Nacua with 718 and 9 touchdowns. We have Tyler fucking Boyd, the CPU. What the fuck? We have Cortland Sutton sitting at 646 with 7 touchdowns. We have Devontae Smith, 581, 5 touchdowns, and then everyone else from there. Coming into defense, we're going to go ahead and go into total tackles. CPU sitting on top. We do have Demario Davis, Jordan Brooks, Cody Barton, and Bobby Okere. Coming in and leading with the sack, we do have TJ Watt with the Steelers. No surprise there. Jaden Phillips with the Dolphins. Wild. Michael Parsons with the Packers at 8.5. There's a 2-way tie there. Nick Bosa, Leonard Williams, and Mr. Josh Hines, and so on and so forth. And then we're going to do pick leaders. We do have Darren Bland for the Cowboys, tied with Eric Kendricks of the Cowboys. We have Jaheed Barron sitting at 4, Duggar, Ward, Levante David, and so on and so forth from there. So those are your stat leaders currently right now. I don't think we can see, it's just weekly leaders. So from there on so forth, that's currently where we're at with the league. I'm excited. We have a lot of new friendly faces. We have some old rivalries coming in right now, and I'm loving it. So, guys, that's pretty much it for the show right now. It's going to be short, sweet, and simple. We will probably do another one in the next 4 weeks, so go ahead, and if you guys want to shout out, put these wins in here. Put some belt to ass. But until next time, guys, I'll see y'all next time.